funny what you just said. We don't see it as insults. All right. So I'm going to read out the story anyway, but I just wanted to talk about insults generally, bringing it down to what happens here in Nigeria. Anyway, that's just by the way, though. So back to the story here. So the guy shared on X, though, formerly Twitter. I still prefer the name Twitter. Anyway, so he said that he discovered a life hack by accident. A relative insulted me, that's what he said, and I missed it. I just kept being nice to him. So he insulted me again. He ended up stopping the conversation to let me know I was supposed to be insulted. Like, you're supposed to react in a certain way. Like, you should feel insulted. But then, for him, he did not feel insulted. So he said the guy was upset. He was bothered that he did not react. But then another person responded to this particular conversation and said, a white patient called me a nigger. And I burst into laughter. He then repeated it and I laughed harder. He asked why I wasn't offended. And I said that I'm a Nigerian. He said, guys then asked me to go back to my country on the monkey boat that I came on. He said, I found that funny too and laughed some more. He asked why and I said that I came on an airplane. So he said, I always remember the entire story. It got to a point where he now started understanding that, so this thing is actually insulting. So it's become a personal experience over time. It's happened over and over and over, right? And this is someone who normally would not feel insulted by the same things, but now he would now actually address them. But I said something when I started. When someone is called a goat, they would feel very insulted. In fact, I had a conversation with King Ifechukwu news about this, and he was like, these days when you call somebody a goat, it's no longer insulting. But when you say it in Igbo, it's insulting. But then, it's just like so many other things that people would do to somebody. So, I said it in my heart that I was going to look up the word insult so that we can talk from that point of view. Insult. Google, do your thing. With disrespect or scornful or insult, abusive remark or assault. So, what determines what you say that was insult? I telling me, you don't know how to do it. That's on one scale, right? There are also other people who would feel insulted that you said, good afternoon, sir. And you did not... What's the English word? Oh, dobale. Where's the English word? Jeez. No, I have been to generally speaking, I want to know what that thing means to you. What's your 93007. Sorry. 0809-030-64. That's the WhatsApp number. So what do you consider insulting? How do you come about determining that something that has been done to you or said to you insulting, or your relationship with the person or of the person and felt insulted because maybe the age of the person or the particular situation, particular scenario, or maybe you just did not feel insulted, even though some other persons around may have felt, oh, that was insulting. Because in the case of this young man, some other persons around felt, okay, that was an insult. Not just the person who said whatever that felt it was insulting. You should feel bad. I have just insulted you. But for him, he did not feel bad. He did not feel he was insulted. He felt like that was funny. To him, it was funny. But to the person who said what he said, it was meant to be an insult when it comes to that kind of thing.